Howdy, folks, from the land of Richie Rich. Good morning. I hope your mornings are good. I'm trying to get comfortable here so I can have a chat with y'all. And okay, let's do it again. Good morning, folks, from the land of Richie Rich. Ooh, la la. No, seriously, that was the money I got from my car, $300. She was worth $3,000. I was so in a, in a skedaddle that I didn't want to get the Carfax and I didn't want to get the inspection certificate. I didn't want to do anything. I was exhausted. So I brought it to my garage and they offered me $300, which I said, hey, you offered me $1,000 this summer. And they said, well, it's $300. And I think people know when you are in a situation where you really need to sell your car, not because it's broke down, because, other reasons that I've already discussed. Anyway, that's what I got. And now I haven't been able to get to the bank to deposit it because it's a $30 or $40 ride to and from. Anyway, woe is me, follows me around, but I stay cheerful. You got to keep a smile. You got to keep a positive attitude, even when life seems to be completely out of control. So I have information on, I know that I made a few videos, if you've been following this, that, I don't know what's going on. My condo's asking for money. We're going to have a reserve fund study, which means a lot of money, which I read in the audit, which I read in the minutes, which I discussed on the phone with the property manager. But, excuse me. So, anyway, subsequent to that, I received a letter from the condo board director, I found it really weird. It was only addressed to me, and they're not supposed to contact you, and you're not supposed to contact them. It's the way it works in our condo. I don't know why. That was what we were told when we were taken over. Anyway, in the letter it said, I'm sorry you misinterpreted what you read in the packets. I saw you misinterpreted what was said. You owe, and then she outlined what I owe, which is the same thing as last year, except a slight increase of $100 overall. Then it went on to say there's no reserve fund studies, there's no lump sum increases to any tenants in the future, including you. And I thought, I saw it. I didn't reply because I'm not supposed to contact her. And it was written in the rules, right? I'm not supposed to contact anyone, and none of us are. So I did not reply, but I did contact the property manager to clarify, is there a reserve fund study being done as was stated in the minutes and the audit for 2025? He just went, forward it to condo. And then the condo said, if you're concerned, have your bank or a debt counselor or what else? I can't remember what the other person was, but have one of those people contact us. But I will say that I know the law a little bit, not much, because I'm pretty stupid. I'm joking, I'm not stupid. I know that unit owners are entitled to information about what's happening with the condominium that they're living in, right? Because they got to plan for their future. So let's just say there is a reserve fund. What study being done, what people usually would do is they would find a way to finance a certain amount of money that they estimated it'll be, and make sure that they have areas to get that. Whereas I don't know if anyone knows what it's like, but you might. People who are retired, living on a net income, are not often eligible for loans, refinancing, unless you have a lot of money. Unless you got a lot of money, like good. My equity is amazing. Like I got really good equity, but the bank don't seem to think I can do it. And I have a huge credit score. So I don't know. I'm confused. But anyway, so what I had to do was at that point, I decided to leave it all alone. And I will go to the meetings that I have arranged in January. But for now, I'm letting go of the, like you could tell I think anyone could tell that I was a bit panicked and a bit concerned and a bit overly concerned with it. So, yeah, it would do that to anyone. So what is else happening? Let me see. I don't have big plans for the season. Me and my best friend from 30 years, we are not on good terms lately, unfortunately, because they brought me, they kind of like were there when the negotiation with the car thing was going on, and they said, stop being disrespectful, accept the money, stop asking for the notice of sale, and on and on. So I really got mad. It's my fault. I got mad. Told him he wasn't my friend. Told him to leave me alone. Told him never talk to me again, etc. So I did call back about a week later, and I apologized to him. And I apologized and said it was all my fault. I was under a lot of stress. I'm sorry that I did it. Everything I said is wrong. And I apologized. But then, after he accepted my apology, we got in another argument. So, that thing is, our friendship is, I think it was always wavering. I mean, he's been remarried for 5 years now. And he was the only person that I had in this town to reach out to when I needed a ride or I needed help with something to bring a big thing down over the stairs. So, but I think that has taken, I think they're ready to move on. I accept that. What else? I'm thinking of what else is happening. Nothing much. Oh, I do. No, there's nothing really. That's all. I just got dressed up, put on. I can't show this because this is going to be a public YouTube. And I want it to be like, I don't want to have to restrict it, because when you restrict it, you get no watch hours. Nobody watches it. But this is I love it. It's a bustier, and I'll show you if I can without showing too much. Bustier and wait. See, it's cute. Normally I wouldn't have my jacket on. I would just have my bustier on, but I have to be decent for YouTube. It's the way they roll, man. Any infraction, you get a content ban or a restriction warning. So they seem to enjoy, I don't know, not enjoy, but they seem to a lot often, they seem to pick on me a lot. If I was not built the way, if I was built thinly, you know what I mean? I'm thick, right? So if I was built thinly, I could wear this clothing no problem at all because there's no womanly, feminine area showing. But since I'm not built thinly, this is the part that gets a lot of, that's why I don't have any watch hours. Because guys like people, like a lot of my audience is guys, right? It is, like I've looked. And people like looking at female forms. And the one that can get away with or can show their forms more easily are athletic or thin women. And and also I'd like to say that I like this style of clothing. This is my choice. It's what I enjoy wearing. And I hate being dictated to as to what I have to wear and what the way I can look and but that's life, man. If I'm gonna have a YouTube channel, if I want to go on some site that I really don't want to go on, which is you know what, then I can show what I want. But man, I don't even want to be there. I'm not 60. I'm not that, right? I'm not in that slot. Anyway, well, I'm on. So I have a. I hope you, whatever way you celebrate your Christmas, I hope your life is good. I hope you're not having any troubles. I hope any troubles that do come by, you're able to solve. And I wish you happiness, joy, and prosperity in the new year. I'll be back. Probably say this again. But I just doing it per day because it's like I think the 21st. I'm not sure. Bye. Thank you for listening.